Welcome to Prints to Polka Dots. Today we'd like to share Dashwood Studio's Confetti collection with you. The collection is made up of 6 prints on 100% cotton, 110 centimetres wide or 44 inches wide. The collection is based on each part of the flower, from the seed head to the petals and the leaves, and it has a very 1950s feel, with the exception of one print which I think has a very 1970s feel. First up we have Dotty Leaf. Dotty Leaf is on a marshmallowy pink colour, and it has these very geometric 50s style leaves running down and up. So although the leaves don't run left to right, there is an element of non-direction, so we think you could get away with using this as a non-directional print. It would look really fabulous as a little girl's dress or top. Beautiful party dress out of that print. Next up we have another 1950s vibe. This one is Flower Ball. Makes me think of the old adverts for Baby Sham. Here we go. Okay, so this print has all the main colours of the collection, from the grello yellow to the sea foamy green and the teal, with accents of marshmallow pink, magenta and a charcoal grey colour. All of the flowers on this print face in one direction, so please bear that in mind when working out quantities. The colour of the background is an off-white, a very soft white. Next up is the print that makes me think of the 70s. I'm sure my mum had a lampshade that looked very similar to this, and I love it. It's amazing. This is going to be turned into an A-line skirt for a grown-up at a lesson soon here at Prints to Polka Dots. I can't wait to see the results. I think it's going to look great with a pair of tights and a nice pair of high boots. The print is on an off-white background and has the flowers running, all of the sort of greeny seafoamy colour flowers are running down the print, and all of the grello yellow prints are running up the print. You could mix and match that, so you could treat this as a directional print or a non-directional print. This next print has already proved incredibly popular here at Prints to Polka Dots, and it just pops out at you, the vibrancy of those colours against the charcoal grey background. These flowers all face one direction. In fact, it's currently upside down, so I'll turn that around. There you go. And it has these really vibrant magenta pinks, as well as the grello, the sea foam, and the more sort of soft marshmallowy pink colour in it. Next up we have another 50s style fabric. This one's called Seed Heads. There we go, and this is on a teal, sort of very rich teal background, and the little flower heads have a tiny pink dot above them. They run up and down but not left to right, so again another print that you could treat as directional or non-directional depending on your project and your own feelings about using prints technically upside down. Finally we have the main print, which is just called Confetti, and it just is an explosion of florals. At first glance it can appear that it has no direction, but it actually does. So I hold this up for you. We have little tiny seed heads running through the print, and they are the bit with direction. They're always facing up, never down, left or right. Everything else on this print has no clear direction, and personally I would treat it as non-directional, but I know some people would feel it would annoy them that they knew that some of those little seed heads were going upside down. So I guess you need to think about what sort of sewer you are and buy the amount of fabric you need accordingly. Has all the colours in the collection, including that charcoal grey, the magenta pinks, the grello, the teals, all in that one print. Dashwood make a great collection of twist fabrics that go well with these fabrics. If you're looking for a border or an edge fabric, or if you're quilting, if you're looking for mixers to throw in with these gorgeous prints. And we picked out a selection to show you today that we think work well with this collection. First up we have Blush. This is the one that's closest to the marshmallow pink. I don't know if you can quite tell from camera, but there are tiny little white dots all running in circle shapes around the fabric. So here we go, going in different directions. This means it can be used in any direction. You haven't got to worry that your print's going to look like it's upside down or cut wonky. This is a very, very forgiving fabric, and it's incredibly close in colour terms to the pink of the dotty leaf. Next up we have the rose colour. There we go, there's the rose, and the rose really jumps out the really deep colours on some of the prints. So if you really want to pull those out of the other colours, this is a great mixer to use with these fabrics. Next up we have teal. So this teal is quite close, in fact very close, to the teal in the tiny little leaves, and reasonably close to this sea foamy colour of the flowers. Then we have white. You probably can't see this on camera, but it still has that same circular pattern on the white fabric. They look like tiny little droplets going in circles, and it really has sort of magical feel to it. And finally we've picked Capri. Now Capri, as you can probably tell, is not an exact match to any of the colours in this collection, but it does really add some warmth to the fabric. So if I stick that on top, there we go. In terms of solid colours, I have three to share with you today. We have Kona's Seafoam. This is not an exact match to the sort of seafoamy colour in the flowers. This is a slightly darker colour, but we think it adds a softness and a warmth, and look how well it goes there. A really complementary colour. We've then got Kona's Grello, and Grello is almost exactly the same as the yellow in the flowers. Really sumptuous, rich looking colour. And finally, if you're looking to make those dark pinks really pop out at you, we have Kona's Valentine Pink. Not an exact match, but it really ties in well with those bright pink colours. I hope you found that useful. You can buy all of these fabrics individually or in pre-cut bundles at prints2polkadots.co.uk, and you'll find lots of advice and tips on our blog, including lots of free tutorials and patterns. Hope to see you again soon. Bye bye!